Global Watch. Pakistan's dirty war enforced disappearances. Extrajudicial killings surge in Balochistan with a significant spurt in the Baloch freedom movement. The crackdown by Pakistan's militarized state has also gained new momentum. This is reflected in an increasing number of forced disappearances of Baloch people, according to the latest report of the Baloch National Movement BNM's Human Rights Wing, PAN-K. In June 2025 alone, 84 Baloch men were forcibly disappeared from various districts of Balochistan, including major cities like Karachi and Islamabad. These are not suspected militants or armed rebels. They are students, farmers, poets, educators, and human rights activists. The targeting is precise and ethnic. The victims are almost exclusively Baloch. Their crimes speaking out, demanding answers, refusing to be invisible. But in Pakistan, demanding justice is seen as sedition, and in Balochistan, it is met with disappearances, torture, and death. Between January and June 2025, Balochistan has witnessed an alarming escalation in grave human rights violations. Enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, torture, and systematic targeting of civilians, especially students, journalists, and activists, have defined this period. This brutal campaign of repression is run by Pakistani military forces, including the Pakistan Army, Frontier Corps FC, and intelligence agencies such as the Inter-Services Intelligence ISI, Military Intelligence MI, and the Counter-Terrorism Department CTD. The state death squads have played a major role in this sustained repression and continue to operate with impunity under state protection. Most are backed by Pakistan's intelligence agencies. From January to June 2025, PANK recorded 785 enforced disappearances, 261 released survivors of torture, and 121 extrajudicial killings. These statistics point to a disturbing trend of systemic violence, repression, and abuse targeting civilians across the region. The scale and consistency of these violations indicate a coordinated policy of silencing dissent, observed PANK. The tactics follow the same old playbook that Pakistani authorities have deployed over the years. Victims were picked up without warrants, mostly in the presence of witnesses. They were held incommunicado and severely tortured. Families of the victims remained unaware and uninformed about their locations. The districts of Kek, Awaran, Gwadar, Quetta, Khuzdar, and Mastung recorded the highest number of disappearances. A number of abductions were carried out on university campuses and at peaceful protest sites, particularly in Karachi and Islamabad. Students and intellectuals were the prime targets. It is a well-known fact that even peaceful figures like Dr. Marang Baloch and several other leaders and members of the Baloch Yakjedi Committee (BYC) have been arrested under fabricated charges, including under the Maintenance of Public Order 3 MPO law and the Anti-Terrorism Act. They still remain in prison and incommunicado to the outside world. Pakistani security personnel and their death squads have executed at least 121 Baloch individuals without judicial process from January to June 2025. Many of them were abducted, and later their mutilated or bullet-ridden bodies were found. Numerous fake encounters have been staged where victims were falsely labeled as militants. Most of these fake encounters took place in the Barkhan, Panjgur, Duki, and Awaran districts. The indiscriminate use of lethal force has even led to the killing of children. 12-year-old Sahil Baloch and Namat Baloch were both killed during peaceful protests. In one of the most dreadful incidents of extrajudicial killing, journalist Abdul Latif Baloch was shot dead inside his home in front of his family by a state-backed death squad. According to the International Federation of Journalists, Baloch was shot 4 times and killed in his home in the Mash-K Tahsil area of Awaran district in the early morning of May 24, when 4 armed men broke into the property. The death squad first tried to abduct him, but when Baloch resisted, they shot him dead on the spot. Baloch was a veteran journalist, well known for his coverage of human rights violations in Balochistan by Pakistan's security apparatus. Earlier in February 2025, journalist Abdul Latif Baloch's eldest son, Saif, was kidnapped and killed along with 3 other members of his family. No investigation has happened in this case either. The IFJ's South Asia Press Freedom Report 202425, which documents media rights violations, has reported that from May 1, 2024 to April 30, 2025, at least 7 journalists were killed in Pakistan. According to Pank, the first half of 2025 has further deepened the human rights crisis in Balochistan. Enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, torture, and state-sponsored propaganda constitute a systematic assault on the civilian population. The targeting of intellectuals, youth, and journalists demonstrates a deliberate effort to crush the region's socio-political fabric. Swipe left for next video. If democracy means anything, if human rights are more than slogans, then enforced disappearances must be treated for what they are: crimes against humanity. The Baloch are demanding the most basic right of all, the right to exist. And in Pakistan, that demand is costing them their lives. The writer is an author and a columnist. His X handle is arunadliv. Views expressed in the above piece are personal and solely those of the author. They do not necessarily